good y'all? Welcome to my review of Mortal Kombat 2021. Just got back from the theater, and first off, good theaters are back open. I went to my local theater right here because couldn't catch it over in Palmdale NYMEX. I was like, fuck it, I'll just watch it here, and maybe if everything gets the cards are my favorite, I can next time go to Palmdale, I'll be able to catch or catch whatever. I'll be able to catch the Demon Slayer. So I want to watch that one because I kind of have to, because season 2 is airing this year, and like I think summer is when that anime is airing. And I need to watch this movie to watch it get lost. So yeah, so hopefully I'll be able to catch the Demon Slayer movie before season 2 airs, and of course I will be giving you guys a review if I do so. Anyway, so Mortal Kombat. I fucking love this movie. This is probably, if not my I don't know if it's not my all-time favorite video game movie of all time, at least from the ones I've seen, it's easily in the top 3. This movie is fucking awesome. I absolutely love this movie. Now, I did not go into this movie expecting much. All I wanted was gore, violence, and fatalities. And I got that in spades. And so yeah, man, this movie was fucking awesome. If you are definitely a fan of Mortal Kombat, I do highly recommend you guys check this movie out. If you have not already, you watch it on HBO Max, where you guys are able to go to a theater and watch it there. I would highly recommend you guys check this movie out. But anyway, man, let us jump right in. So the movie is directed by Simon McCoy. McCoy, I think they say his name, and stars Jessica McNee. I don't know how you say her last name. Joe Taslin, Louis Tan, Sissy Stringer, Hiroyuki Sanada, which you guys may remember from the original Ring movie, from the original Japanese one, as well as The Last Samurai as well, which I actually didn't recognize him for those. I wasn't until I watched Chris Tuffman's interview and he mentioned that. I was like, oh yeah, that's actually really fucking cool that they actually got him, because he's fucking awesome. And many more. So the plot of Mortal Kombat, of course, tells of a great tournament, the Mortal Kombat tournament. Raiden is gathering his fighters to fight in this tournament. Well, not yet, because actually this movie doesn't really give you the actual tournament. This is more like a prequel, prologue, if you will, to the actual tournament, which I'm assuming will be the sequel when we get the actual tournament and everything. But either way, man, this movie was fucking awesome. So, let's talk about the positives. First off, the opening. The opening where you got Scorpion and Sub-Zero facing each other in like ancient times or whatever. That shit was fucking awesome. It looked great. It was shot fantastic. The fights itself between Sub-Zero and Scorpion looked absolutely fantastic. It was cool to see Hiroyuki. And it was cool they actually got Hiroyuki Sanada to do it, because he's fucking awesome. So I love that, man. And then as we get to, the fight scenes in general, I would say were fucking awesome. The gore levels were really, I don't know if they used practical effects, like they used practical blood for these, or if this was all CGI. Either way, it looked fucking awesome, man. The blood looked amazing. They all looked great, and this is probably one of those examples of like quick cut editing fights actually done right, because now sure, would it have been cool if we got like a long one take action scene like something like Daredevil or somewhere, just seems to going at it. Yeah, that would have been cool, but hey. Quick cut edits, I don't think quick cut edits are necessarily a bad thing, unless they're doing something like Captain Marvel, where it's just like, cut. I'm like, fam, I can't see shit, you know? This one is definitely an example of quick cut fights being done right, but maybe for the sequel we'll get longer takes. I would like for the sequel, because that's going to be the actual tournament for us to get longer shots, longer takes, one take action scenes. But that would be cool. So like I said, the fights were fucking phenomenal, the blood looked amazing, tons of gore, awesome. That was just awesome. All the gore and all the the brutal kills and everything. Oh, it looks so fucking good in that blood. It's perfect. Fucking fantastic. I loved all the They actually had a lot of Easter eggs and references to the original games, like Fatality, Kano wins, and a couple other ones, which I thought were really fucking cool. They actually threw these little Easter eggs to the game in there. The cast itself I thought was overall really good, with the highlight of course being Kano, played by Josh Lawson. Bruh, this man was the highlight of the film. He is a loud Aussie. Now, me personally, guys, even though I do like the Mortal Kombat franchise, but I've never really played any of the games with you. Just fighting games aren't really my thing, but I've always thought the franchise was cool, and Scorpion and Sub-Zero are my top 2 favorite characters. So I'm no expert on the lore and everything but I have seen the movies and gameplay and all that shit in the games. But so I don't really know much about most of the other characters besides Scorpion and Sub-Zero, and even then my knowledge is very limited, very surface level. But regardless of such, this man was the highlight. He was so fucking funny. Every time this man was on screen, he absolutely stole the show, man. Kano, without a doubt, the highlight of the film. I hope this man better be in the sequel, and they be better giving this man even more screen time than before, because he was fucking awesome. Without a doubt, the highlight of the film outside the fights. He was fucking awesome, man. He, like I said before, the man was just so funny. Oh, he was so good, man. So shout outs to him. Shout outs to him. I remember, yeah, the fights were great. The music also was very good. You guys would hear some of that in the background along with the footage. I'm using Mortal Kombat because I thought, no, I'm reviewing Mortal Kombat. Might as well put some Mortal Kombat footage to accompany this review. And of course, like I said before, I don't play fighting games. I had down some shit off YouTube. So of course, like always, I'll leave links to leave links to the original footage down in the description box below if you guys want to check it out and watch it without my commentary. But yeah, so that was the music was also very good. I love their addition of the Mortal Kombat theme in this movie. They basically remixed it into into dubstep, and I think it's done it perfect. And I thought it sounded awesome for me personally. But that's just me. I think the original track from the '90s movie or whatever it came from, that's iconic. It's fucking amazing. But I fucks with this remix that they had here for the movie. And a lot of the other tracks and soundtrack were also really good. One other thing that I thought was really good with me that I was actually kind of shocked by was cinematography. Like, now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying this is on par with like shit like Roger Deakins' work on like 1917 or fucking Blade Runner 2049. But for video game standard movies, which aren't exactly known for being for having like the greatest cinematography out there, I thought this was one of the better shot ones, because there were a lot of great shots, which I was actually kind of surprised at how good the cinematography was in this film. But so yeah, the cinematography was great. The fight scenes were fantastic to see. The blood looked amazing. The little references and nods to the original games were also a treat for us, for Mortal Kombat fans. So, of course, I don't know if you could really consider me a Mortal Kombat fan. So, like I said, I don't really play the games that much, but I do love this. But I always thought the series was really cool, and so seeing all those little references were awesome. Like I said before, the fights were great, and the cast were I liked all the way they used the original characters. I thought the way how they did Sonya was great. Jax, Subzero, of course. I'm about to completely forget about my man Subzero. Subzero in this movie, outside of Kano, is the best part of the film. He is everything you want Sub-Zero to be in this type of setting. He's so cool, so badass, and I just love all the creative ways he uses his ice. Like we saw in the trailer with him turning someone's blood into a knife and stabbing him with it. Fucking awesome. Fucking awesome. But yeah, man, so I love how they did with all the original characters. Of course, like Kung Lao and Liu Kang, they were both fantastic as well. I like how they were represented here and all the other original characters. Now, as far as negatives, I have to go. Don't really have much other than the new character that is kind of like the main character, the protagonist of this movie, Cole Young, played by Louis Tang. He's not terrible, and first off, I have no issues with them creating new characters for these types of movies. I mean, Mortal Kombat has over 100 characters, so I don't know why you would really need to. I mean, you've got a long list of characters you could pick from all the games. There's been 11 of them, for God's sakes, but whatever, I digress. I have no problems with that as long as, the story's good and the fights are entertaining, all that shit. But I'm not gonna lie though, he was kind of generic. He's kind of basic, like, underdog, he lost his way, not the fighter he used to be, he's trying to protect his family. You've seen this shit a million times before, but you know what, he was fine enough. Lewis does a pretty good job playing him, and he's fine. Nothing crazy, but a bit generic, but he's fine. But compared to everyone else in the cast, he was definitely the weak link, I would say. I also kind of wish Scorpion was in the movie a little bit more, because he's really only there at like the end, which don't get me wrong, do not get me wrong, ladies and gentlemen. When Scorpion shows up, it is fucking awesome. And I was hyped up. You got like a song that's like that sounds very much like the Mortal Kombat theme playing in the background when he shows up. Don't get me wrong, it's fucking badass and legendary when the man shows up. But as a Scorpion fan myself, and he's my favorite character from the series, I would have liked him to get a bit more screen time than he wanted to end up getting. Now, sure, if the movie gets a sequel, which I hope it does, because this movie was fucking awesome, hopefully then we will get more screen time for that Scorpion. But regardless of such, I thought he was fantastic when we got to see the movie, but I would have liked to see him just a little bit more. But that's just me. That's just me. And yeah, man, that's about all I really got to say for you guys on my review of Mortal Kombat. Like I said before the start, I would highly recommend you guys go check this movie out if you are, of course, a fan of the games or you just like the series in general, or any particular characters like Sub-Zero, Scorpion, all that shit, because you will definitely be very much entertained by this film. And those fights, man, were fucking awesome. I'm definitely hyped for a sequel if we end up getting it, because this movie looks great, and it's very cool and nice to see the video game movies have gotten a lot better in recent memories, because we all know how they used to turn out back in like the early about during the 90s and early 2000s. But since like what 2016, when we had like Warcraft, Assassin's Creed, and Ratchet and Clank all debuted in the same year. All three of those movies, well, not three of them, because I haven't seen the Ratchet and Clank movie. I never got a chance to see it, but I have seen Warcraft and Assassin's Creed, which I thought were both great films on their own. And then you got Tomb Raider coming out a couple years later. There's probably some other ones I'm probably forgetting about between all that, but video game movies have gotten a lot better since when we first started back in like the 90s. So I'm glad to see that they're now got how much better they've gotten in recent memory, man. So yeah, that's all I gotta say for you guys. Tell me down below you guys saw the movie. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Who's your favorite Mortal Kombat character? What's your favorite of the games? Tell me down below. I'm curious to see what people think about the Mortal Kombat franchise. Or are you someone that prefers Tekken? Leave that all down below in the comments. Anyway, guys, overall, my final verdict for Mortal Kombat is, of course, a 10 out of fucking 10. Like I said more, this movie was fucking entertaining, and I absolutely had a blast watching it. Man, Scorpion, when we see him, goated. Loved it. But anyway, guys, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like if you did, subscribe for new. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter for like it. Links down in the description box below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.